Katie Townley is in studio with us today. She is the president of our Lubbock ISD Council of PTAs, and we're talking about the benefits of parent involvement in our schools. So Katie, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, Erin.
Of course. We are so glad to have you back because we had you back last year talking about this, or had you here last year talking about this, but PTA, super important for our schools. And I'd like to start by just telling our viewers a little bit about what your PTA experience has been prior to serving as president of the council.
I am an extreme advocate for education, first generation college, and I just think education is so incredibly important from pre-K on. And so when my kids started at Ramirez in pre-K, I started working in the PTA and then at Hutch, and now they're both at Lubbock High, and so I'm involved at Lubbock High as well. So I have learned a lot. I've learned a lot about education and how the schools work, as well as helping students and helping parents and doing events and different things like that.
For those who might not know what the Council of PTAs is, tell us a little bit about that.
Sure, it is not a governing body. It is more like an advisory committee that is the liaison between the Texas PTA and the local PTA, and we help the local PTAs, meaning the school level PTAs, with things that they need. If they need help with training, if they need to help, how do I be a treasurer, those kinds of things. But Texas PTA also has the leadership training. So if you decide to be a secretary, you will get training on what a secretary means, how do you keep minutes, all that sort of thing. There's also leadership training for anybody. So if you can go to Texas PTA and check out their training, you can get some leadership training even as an individual.
For those who maybe have some misconceptions about what PTA is or what PTA does, what would you tell people who maybe want to get involved in their child's school but they really don't know how?
Right. Well, number one, it is not a full-time job. It can be if you want it to be. You can do as many hours as you want, of course. And it's not all about fundraising. That tends to be where we are seen, but that's not what it's about. The fundraising is for the programs and for the things that we do for our kids. If you want to give 10 minutes a week, then talk to your local PTA at your school and give 10 minutes a week. If you only want to do stuff at night, you can't make it to the school, then ask if you can help stuff bags or do the newsletter, or there's a lot of different things that are needed. Our kids need us to be involved, us as parents and us as adults, because we're raising adults, right? We're not raising little kids.
And sometimes I think people don't know how easy it is to join, and the dues are actually very reasonable.
They are.
And they vary a little bit, but tell us a little bit about how, if you wanted to join your child's PTA, who do they talk to? How do they get involved?
So the first thing to do, I would say, is go to your school website. A lot of times there's stuff there. If not, check the socials, Facebook's, Instagram, those kinds of things, and see if your school has it. If not, check out Lubbock ISD Council of PTAs, and we can direct you in the right place.
Awesome. And then just what would you say as we wrap up, why is it so important for parents to be part of a child's educational experience?
So like I said, we're raising adults. Even though they're children, we're raising them to be successful adults and contributing members of our society. And being involved helps you to know what's going on in their school, as well as pouring into them, especially not just your own individual kids, but other kids as well.
Well, Katie, it's always a pleasure having you here at Lubbock ISD TV, and I'm sure we'll have you back soon to talk about some other exciting topics. So thanks for being with us.